off the music.
Come on, everybody, let's start the show. A quick ahoy hoy and away we'll go. Richard's got a minifig and Flynn's got a pin. The gang's all here and it's time to begin. Tricky Bricks roll call. Moto, Holly, Kara, and sometimes Blair, Clicky, Logan, Ms. Thing and Angela, and Thunderman Ho! Now you're here to grab your bricks and let's go to the Tricky Bricks Build and Check Show! Yay! For old time's sake.
I knew it.
For old time's sake, y'all. Okay, here we go. Yes, hi, ahoy, hoy, everybody.
Ahoy, ahoy, friends.
Best way, I think it's really sort of our signature at this point.
Is it?
Yes, it kind of is.
Well, we're glad to be here, and we're glad you're here too.
Yeah, absolutely. It's Sunday. A certain dog is already ready.
Oh, he is.
He's been ready very early lately, I gotta say. But it's not time, man.
Nope,
it's okay. All right. Anyway, we've got a fun show today. We've got a special guest, which I'm very excited about. And so why don't we just go ahead and head right into our guests.
Okay, let's do that.
All right. First up from the middle left-hand side of the United States, I ain't lying. It's Moto. Hi, Moto.
Hello.
How's it going?
We're snowed in, so I got some shoveling to do in order to get the cars out. I tried to go and get breakfast and failed. I got 15 feet in the car.
Wow.
Oh.
I've never been snowed in.
I have. When I briefly lived in Toronto, and there was I walked through hip-deep snow, and I swore never again.
Yeah, that's how you got to school. It was uphill in the snow both ways.
Barefoot.
A mile and a half. Yeah.
Wearing Kleenex boxes for shoes.
I was going to go with wrapped newspaper. Because Kleenex is expensive, but newspaper, like 25 cents.
Yeah. Try and find a newspaper today, though. They're so hard to find.
They are very hard to find.
Yeah, if it wasn't for all the coupons that show up in my mailbox every week, I would not.
All the circulars. Yes,
Yeah.
indeed. I'd never have any packing material. All right. But hey, from across the bay, it's Minifigchick. Hi, Kara.
I grew up in the Midwest. I know snow. There's a reason I don't live there anymore.
Darren Siegfried says it's raining in Las Vegas. It is also raining here in the Bay Area. It is very, very rainy. We're having, what is it? An atmospheric river?
Atmospheric river.
Yeah, we've been having a lot of those lately, which is great because, man, we sure go a long time with no water. So
plants are happy.
Plants are very happy. Okay, so it looks like Holly's not here yet, so I'm going to go ahead and bring our special guest on. You know her from here, from the chat, and of course, most famously,
she was on that show,
a little show called Lego Masters. It is Dawn, aka Ms. Slowbrickta. Hi, Dawn.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, Brick Sister.
Sunshine and 44 degrees. But we had snow when I left 3 weeks ago.
Oh, very good. When you left for the sunny
summer,
maybe
Summertime,
yeah, sunny summer down under.
Summertime.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very good. Very
Color
good.
me green with jealousy. Check out. Oh, sorry.
It was definitely summertime. We have 100-degree days in Australia.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Got it.
I tell you, Dawn, color me green with jealousy. Those drawers behind you are so awesome.
Yeah.
Translucent fronts. Look at how many of them they are, and they're chromatically organized.
They
So you
are.
organize by color.
I organize by part/color part, whatever the mood swings.
Very nice. I also like that you get to paint your walls because we're not allowed to do that here.
This is actually, I haven't paid. This color was painted when my second youngest child decided she wanted color in her room. This was her bedroom, in like 10 years ago. And when she moved out, she now has a home of her own in Nebraska. And I thought, well, this is a perfect spot for my Lego room. It's got lime green trim and it's got this beautiful Lego blue. Like, I don't need to repaint. It's perfect.
It looks great.
I don't know how many coats it would take to repaint this, but I don't have to.
So it seems like maybe like when picking colors for your Lego room, ask a kid for some good color combinations.
Yeah, the other kid, when we painted both rooms in spring break one year, and the other kid has it's what yellow is it? It's pretty much the regular Lego yellow.
Wow, you scored big time.
Yeah, so either room would work, and it's like somebody says, "Well, why'd you let them pick that color?" Says you got to pick your battles with teenagers. You got to pick your battles, and paint color was not one of the ones I was going to use.
I started early with color, and my parents gave me a choice when I must have been about 5 years old, and they gave me a choice. And mind you, I already knew Lego, red, yellow, blue, green at that point, not many other colors, maybe black and white. And the color I picked for my room was lavender, and they painted, right? Should have known, right? But they painted my room lavender, which was awesome.
Well, and then didn't you have like toy soldiers wallpaper?
That was
something?
the next one they picked. They were like red, white, and blue.
Well, it was 1976.
It's true, bicentennial.
The bicentennial, everything. Oh my goodness.
I'm going to duck out just for a second and get us coffee.
Why? If there's no better reason to duck out than to get coffee, I would say.
You need one too.
So my goodness. Well, and we just got the Pacific Northwest contingent has arrived. Everybody, please welcome to the stage, Holly. Hi, Holly.
Oh, hi. Happy Sunday.
Hey, I'm going to do this for us today. There we go. That's better with 5 people, I think.
Hi, Dawn.
Very cool.
Hi.
How's it going, Holly?
It's good. It's so crazy. I still see Kara's image as like pixels.
That's so weird.
Oh, wow.
I have no idea why.
Who can say?
Interesting. So
She's not Miss Min. She's not Minifigchick. She's Miss Pixel Chick.
Yeah, there you go. So, hey, everybody's and like the chat's filling up very good. And now that Holly's here, we can, I think, it's time for pins. I think it's time for pins.
I just grabbed one. Here it is.
And how about we start off with Kara, because you usually always go first. Like there was any surprise there.
All right, today I have a throwback to the Mickey Mouse Club.
Wow, that's super old school. Very good.
Yep. And I remember the first Mickey Mouse Club.
Me too, actually.
The one from the 50s?
I used to watch reruns.
Yep.
Yeah, I started watching some reruns on Disney Plus at one point, and I had to laugh because I was sitting there just like completely with my hand over my mouth. There was a whole thing about learning about airplanes and airline travel.
Oh,
and they sent all the boys to hang out with the pilots, and all the girls went to stewardess school.
Oh my god!
And they were talking about how stewardesses now, and I know this is going to sound worse than it is that I discovered later, but they were like, the woman who was explaining about being a stewardess was like, you must be between 5'5" and 5'8" inches tall and weigh 135 to 125, 135 pounds. So it seems, of course, on its surface, very like, what? And then at the same time, a lot of it had to do with the amount of weight that early airplanes carry. So they could only have, there was like a serious weight limit, but still, it was
allegedly. I'm sure that's what they told them.
Right. Well, let's just say it's probably a little bit of column A and a little bit of column sexism. So anyway, it was just, yeah. And it was weird because it was the very first one I watched, like right when I was like, oh, let's watch it. I was like, oh man. But I have fond memories of like Spin and Marty and Annette and all of Cubby. And Cubby was awesome. He could play the drums, but yeah, awesome. Sorry, we side quested there hard.
Yeah, you did.
Hardcore. But hey, let's see who's next. Holly, how about you go?
I felt like some Sprocket today.
Oh, cute.
Yay, Sprocket. Very good. If anybody ever wonders why Skittles is Holly's pet, just her obsession with puppet dogs may tell you something about that.
That's right. They have a special place in my heart.
As well they should. Okay, how about Dawn?
All right. Now, I bought this in Australia. I hadn't even been invited to do this, but I knew I wanted something as a commemorative. So this is Sydney, Australia.
Oh, great. Oh, yeah.
Cool.
So,
with the Opera House. How fun.
Yes. The Opera House and the coat hanger is what they call the bridge.
Did you get to see the Opera House?
Oh, yes. Yes, we were up close. We were in the cleavage, or we couldn't get into the cleavage.
Good for you. You got up in the cleavage.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we did the Opera House. We went under the bridge. We didn't cross the bridge, and we did not climb the bridge because you could pay exorbitant amount of money to do the climb the bridge tour. And I'd already done 17,000 steps that day, so no.
You checked your watch and we're like, yeah, no.
I'm done.
Lots of steps for me, but I'm not climbing a bridge.
Besides, you had your fill of cleavage, so I mean,
exactly.
Been there, done that.
Right.
In there.
Yeah, but it was cool.
It was cleft. It was cleft. The cleavage was cleft.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well,
time for another pin.
Pivoting from the cleavage, where are we going today, Moto?
Quite the show already.
We're going to Tonto National.
Oh, that's nice.
National Monument.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah,
a
large chunk of sandstone had cleft off of the side of the mountain, and that allowed them to build a pueblo up in the ensuing rock face, which is it's a cool short little jaunt up there, and you get to look out on the dam, and yeah, there you are.
Very cool. Nice.
So how old is that pueblo? Is it 100 years? Is it 200? 500?
Thousands.
Wow. It's old. Not thousands, but old. Yes, it's been around for a very long time.
All right. I guess it's us now.
Yep.
I always act surprised. Okay, you ready?
With the help of our engineer Clicky on the focus here, we've got a not Disney pin. Check out this pin. It's an astronaut.
It won't focus.
Where is it? There it is.
There we go. Wow.
Made by my friend Lee, who makes really cool jewelry and knows that I like pins and brooches.
Yes, it's a poured resin piece. So mine is actually inspired, as I'm sure most of my life is right now, by my studies. And this week we were studying history of libraries and ancient libraries. And so I, in honor of that, I have this Aladdin scarab
Oh, nice.
Awesome.
Which is really cool.
Very cool.
All right, there you
I
go.
think that'll work.
Let's go back to
To
there we go.
everyone.
Hooray!
Hi, everyone.
And let's see, everybody. It's I think about time to populate that chat so we can see. And I'm going to get over to the place where we can also see that, so that we can say hey to everybody.
And we saw some of you in the chat yesterday, and people on the panel at the
Tricky Lug meeting, which was awesome.
It was fun and inspiring.
Yes, it was.
Always
It was quite excellent. Starting to see. So, well, I know we did a show last week on the collab that we're working on, but we'll do another catch-up show before we actually take it to the convention, so we can show you some of the stuff that people have been making, because dang, there's some really impressive stuff. I mean, you saw Adams last week, and we just had another member sign up for 9 full squares.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
So we're gonna have quite a large layout at Cascade.
Cascade.
Yes, sorry. Thanks for Cascade. Yes, what happened? Oh, my pen disappeared. Okay, anyway.
Don't step on it.
I shan't. I don't think I took the back off anyway. So hey, let's see who is here. We've got Fourth World Adam is here, of
Hi,
course.
Adam.
Hey Adam. Apples is here from Europe. Hey friend, how's it going? I just saw a picture of you yesterday because it came up on my phone photo memories.
Good times.
We've got Carolyn
CCCCCC, Chris Couch Potato Champion 3 Chalice. I'm going to be vying for that title today, so letting you know. See You Later is here. Deneen McDermott. Hey, Deneen, how's it going? AKA Bookworm. We've got Darren Siegfried. David Wilkie is here. Fabufan MKE. Holly, 2 places at once. We've got Hooded One. Johnny Cat is here. Hey, Johnny, how's it going? We've got Ken Olson is here. Lisa Head. Hi, Lisa. Kicking off the Emscapades, we've got Minifigchick, Monica Berry, and Moto. And I know Matthew Builds Bricks is here because I saw his name earlier. Oliver is here. PT McEwen. Hey, PT, one of our neighbors in the layout there. PT, we've got Paula Applegate is here. Realgar is here. The Brick Orphanage. And, of course, bonsoir to Wilfred and Zarakino. Kim, wherever you may be. All right. Very good. Yeah, you definitely gotta, if you haven't signed on yet, if you're on the Discord, you should definitely go check out the pictures people have been posting, because holy cow, it's amazing.
I started it yesterday with techniques.
Awesome.
Yeah, well, and then one of them has a full working, there's movement and crazy stuff. I was quite taken aback.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah,
lots of ingenious coral solutions.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Dawn was queen of coral yesterday. She's got a ton of stuff. Oh, and so Monica is reminding us all that she's had so far 4 people besides herself make requests for space at Brick World Chicago. So be sure to let her know if you want to display with Tricky Lug. Do not make your own space requests for our area. Very good. So talk with Monica if you have something that you want to do for the collab. Oh, and she's saying this is in addition to the collab. So if you have something that you want to show as well. We had a great showing last year at Chicago. My goodness, I was shocked. I was quite whoa! I didn't know that we had this many models to show. It was incredible.
Debo Bricks was there.
Yeah.
Ben MKE.
Yeah.
Dawn was there, showing in 2 locations.
I know. Yeah, very good, very good. So hey, well, let's talk about Dawn and another amazing convention, which is Brickvention
in Australia. Now, I wrote this and I realized afterwards that I did absolutely zero research into it.
Oh,
My
no.
partner would probably shame me for right now, but I called it the biggest Lego convention in Australia. Is that
is
true?
correct.
Okay,
It
good.
is
Woo!
actually, I believe, the biggest one in the Southern Hemisphere.
Mhm.
Wow. Wow. Even better. Gosh, it just keeps getting better and better.
Yeah.
Now, you have, so I've kind of divided up your photos a little bit into like pictures of mocks and then like pictures of you with other Lego masters from other places. So we'll definitely take a look at that gallery as well. So first of all, like, tell us, like, how did you end up going? Where did you stay with, etc. And then we'll dive into some photos.
Well, I had planned on going. I'd hoped to go last year. I know Randall went last year, and
Right.
I hoped to go, and things just didn't quite come together at the last minute as I'd hoped. So I had to put it off. But when I saw Fleur in Chicago in June,
Lovely
we
person.
were talking a bit, and she says, "Well, you can stay with us." So I had a place to stay in Melbourne because it is the same weekend as same time frame as the Australian Open happens in Melbourne, not too far away from where the exposition is.
Okay.
So I can only imagine what hotel rooms were going to be. So plus,
Oh my
plus
goodness.
trying to calculate Australian dollars versus US dollars, and
Oh, sure. And everything is just much more expensive there.
it looks more expensive because of the exchange rate.
Mhm.
But
Right.
one of their dollars is like 66 cents to us.
Oh, I was only speaking of that in terms of having like Jay talk about how expensive Lego is there,
Right.
as compared to here.
I guess it's more expensive for them too, also because of the conversion.
Right.
Yeah, there's a combination. It is expensive because of the currency conversion, and they have additional shipping issues.
Oh,
because
right.
They're an island continent way down there.
Yeah.
So it takes
Yep.
them longer. I mean, they didn't get their CMF25 series until the beginning of February.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I guess it takes a while.
Yeah.
Those boats are slow.
Apparently.
So awesome. And so you stayed with Fleur and you went down. Now it looked like from your photos that there were a lot of the Australian Lego masters were there.
There were a lot of them there, and there somewhere I have pictures with a couple others, and I don't know where they went.
Well, now I'm curious. So I know that when I went, at least, and I can't say this of all European conventions, my only European convention has been Scareback, which was very different than conventions here. I mean, I would say that the general, like, yes, you go into a big room and look at a bunch of models was the same, but the fact that like where this was like Scareback is very interesting. It takes place in like a family sports campground, like where people go to play sports during the summer, like sports teams, I guess. And there's all of these little cabins that you stay in, and then you end up, when you go to look at the models, you're like walking outside, which is very different from here, where we're used to, like, you go from your room to down in the elevator to usually the place where the convention is, and that's all you see. What was it like where you were?
All right, this was held in a World Heritage listed building that was built in 1880.
Whoa.
Yeah, so I knew ahead of time that this was, it's basically, it's historic and it's gorgeous. It's kind of in a cross shape with a huge dome in the middle, and it's arched ceilings down each the bows of the legs of it, the wings, whatever they're called.
Does it look like this?
Yes. Yes, this is where we held. This is where, I mean, you could look right up into the dome from the center stage.
Wow.
And
wow.
Yeah, there were not rooms off to the side that held events. Anything that was going on right in the main area. So if you had more than one thing going on, there were two things going on at a time, and you could hear people cheering about one thing. Everybody was sitting and listening to this other stuff. It's like, what's going on? Like, what are we missing over there? There's some serious FOMO going on when you hear cheering and laughter and all this other stuff going on from the other end of the building.
Well, it looks like an absolutely beautiful building, and you know, again, very different from what we have here, where you know it's a lot of square buildings with not a whole lot of fanciness on the outside.
Yeah, I mean, it's gorgeous on the outside, and then you get inside, and it's timber frame, wood floors. There's limited. They have to limit the number of participants, so you have to apply. You have to give them an idea of what it is you're bringing, how big the things are you're bringing, because they have to limit how many people can show.
Sure.
Because of the nature of the building. If you have anything that has to be powered, you have to get everything inspected by the electrical head, you know, and it has to be tagged and all that kind of stuff because it's timber frame. They don't want an electrical short and burn down the freaking
of course. Wow. Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, it was built. Actually, it was built for the first World's Fair in the Southern Hemisphere in the 1880s. So that's what that's.
Wow.
So that's how old this building is, and they're working on restoring some of the frieze that they have on the inside and some of the murals and stuff. So they're still doing restoration because there was some damage. But they have colleges give final exams in this huge building.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a makeshift infirmary for the Spanish flu. And then it was also used as a vaccination center with COVID. So it's served a lot of purposes.
Wow.
Very cool. Wow. I would love to see a building like that. Now so I was talking about Scareback. Now the funny thing about Scareback is the rooms where the models are shown are actually like two indoor basketball courts. So there's and they're kind of connected by a tiny hallway. There's like two separate ones. So it was a very different experience as well.
Yeah, Apple says that the only other one he's been to is much like BrickCon Seattle.
Right.
Or the other, he says the other EU conventions he's visited are very, very similar to Seattle BrickCon.
Okay. You know, Dawn, I know we'll see some of this in a couple of minutes when we start looking at the models, but just as an overview, did the models seem to have a different style there? Like, did people build differently in Australia than they do here in the US?
They build upside down. No.
Shocking.
Actually, it was very similar. I mean, you know, Lego is Lego, and we all have learned from different same sets on and off, you know. But there were still astounding things that, you know, jaw-dropping things that and I left tokens, which is now becoming a thing down there. It didn't used to be.
Okay.
But little tokens I call them tokens of admiration, is what I call mine.
Yeah.
It's not really appreciation. I mean, I appreciate it, but I appreciate it all. But there's certain things that make you stop and look again and things like that. And I really admire that. So that's why I call
Absolutely.
So, I left probably maybe 10 tokens. I could have left more, but I didn't pack many. I only want those to be a bigger box than my mocks.
Oh yeah. Well, you know, that's always a thing. Like, it's always the last thing I think of before we're leaving. and then I'm just kind of like grabbing as many like brick separators as I can fit eyeballs on, and
right. Yep.
Yeah, hoping for the best.
Yep, exactly.
Oh my goodness. Well, hey, let's take a look at some awesome pictures. Now, this first one, I haven't previewed all of these yet, so these are going to be like another
all new to you, right?
All new to me. A surprise to everybody.
I had to send them in sections, and I didn't know how many you wanted to use, so I just kind of like.
That's okay. I just put them all in.
I did not
Okay,
send
so
everything.
this one, this I had to do a double take. I was like,
Wow.
wait, what?
Wow.
While we were there, across the parking lot or around the corner kind of a thing from the REB, the Royal Exhibition Building, where the show was housed, Alex and Jackson from the winners of season 1, I think. Well, Alex and Jackson, no, season 3, on season 2. Sorry, I should know that.
Yeah, it's not season
They
1.
have an exhibition. It's called Relics, and so they have. This is in the museum, the Melbourne Museum.
Oh, so
And
this isn't in the convention. This is in a separate location.
This is in a separate location. Yeah. The bunch that I sent with this were all from the Relics exhibition in the museum, and
Now,
they
is this a
basically reclaim old things and put a minifigure vignettes in there. And the theme of the whole thing was that it's like the year 2424 or something like that, where minifigures have taken over the world.
Wow.
And so they're repurposing all these things that the humans left behind. So
This is
chunks that they've repurposed.
incredible.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible.
And
I see a Fabuland figure in there. No, that's not.
There's so much. It's just all the details that you just can't imagine. There are probably a dozen to 18 different things that they've repurposed and have built in, like Lego and minifigures into. And it's just like, they had a trash dump.
Wow.
That's one of the things they used. They have an old ski-doo. They had a wall of old television sets that were mechanized to show some little activities, some TV shows for the minifigures.
That is just fantastic.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was just and my non-builder husband loved the show. And that's an old refrigerator that they repurposed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, now I want to do this style.
I know.
I've got
All I
some
need
old...
to do is saving big trash. I save little trash. I don't save big trash.
Yeah. Well, Cara, I always think of you and Paint Pusher when I think of mixed media with Lego.
Yeah, I like mixed media.
Yeah.
Cryo life.
Of this
beyond.
little refrigerator, like cryogenic tubes for all the minifigures.
Oh, in the door?
Yeah, in the door.
That's awesome. That is hilarious.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, I'm blown away.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It was so much fun and just, trying to get deep pictures because it's funny how museum lighting isn't as good as you think it is.
Yeah.
Right. Well, a lot of museum lighting is very dim so that it doesn't cause fading from UV.
Right.
Especially if you see any textile, but I suppose with Lego UV, is an issue.
Yeah. Yeah. But it was the way the lights were. It's like sometimes I was standing in my own shadow, creating my own shadow.
Penguin. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was so
Han
much
Solo.
And then there's
Very
a
clever.
skeleton in one of them.
And there's a skeleton.
Oops, too long.
Oh, I wonder if there's a minifigure Fry in there.
Oh, right.
Funny.
But
That's
there was
awesome.
so much to see in this exhibit. It was crazy.
Oh, what?
Yes.
No way.
One end they had a speakeasy, and the other end there was like a sock hop kind of thing. So it was just kind of all tied to music in this case,
In the evening with Rita Ravioli. That makes me think of Ethel Merman's villain on Batman 66 was Lola Lasagna.
Yeah.
A similar feeling. Wow. And look, she's up there singing the opera right there.
Yep.
Fantastic. Wow.
So there were so many of these different things that they, had all these vignettes, this whole street scene and the whole thing. It was just
Wow. Look at that Art Nouveau front.
Yeah, this.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
one down near the sidewalk is awesome.
Dang, that is just outrageous. Just outrageous.
Dang.
Yeah.
I like that diamond plate pattern too.
And then down inside, oh, this one was hilarious.
What?
This was inside a
Wow.
claw machine. And so now this teddy
Oh.
bear is a mech.
Oh my god.
Hey,
That is
that
It
terrifying.
was.
it's amazing. And I don't know. Sometimes I feel like there are things that just kind of go beyond.
Yeah.
And like the last time I saw something that went beyond, it was the big cyber city at Brickworld Chicago. That was just
Yes.
like beyond. And like,
Yes.
even though this isn't anywhere near that scale, it is just in that same category for me. Like, this is just beyond, like, thinking so far outside. This is just incredible.
Yeah, my husband first saw it and he's like, "Oh, it's the Borg," because he's big into the Star Trek kind of stuff. And I'm like,
Yeah.
no, but it's a mech because you get the little guy driving the thing.
Mhm.
That is just fantastic. Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. And the lighting on all these is really wonderful too. Just so carefully done.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, Ryalgar, new Hashima. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes, my brain is a little full at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
It's steampunk when you see gears.
Yeah.
Gears, yeah. And
Wow.
I had to send you the one with the clock. Is
Yes, well, we do love our clocks.
yep.
That is fantastic.
And it looks like those
Wow.
parts are moving too because they look a
They
little
are.
blurry.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
motion blurred.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah, there was so much going on.
Really cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's-
this is nice. Where's this? This is
that's
the outside of the
exhibition
building.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
that's one of the. It's one of the doors, but you can't get in that door.
Okay, got it.
It's where they had the sign
God.
because I think it was a main road, but the entrance was off to the side. I think it was on the
Right.
other side.
Wow, that is. I don't know. I'm just so blown away. I mean, I've seen other sort of mixed media before, but not like that. Like, that was a
Right.
whole other level that I
Right.
just
And
wow.
we were lucky that it was still being shown. It was going until the following week. It's not there anymore, so it's been moved
Oh.
from there.
Got
They
it.
actually,
Got it.
Jackson and Alex both came. They were not displaying anything, but they did come Sunday to the convention. So I got them to sign my swag, my swoop bag, and
Very
got
good.
pictures with them. So I was just like, so
Awesome. Wow, that's really fantastic. So here we're gonna show. Let's see. I've got. Here we go. All right, now this is the one that has set the internet aflame.
yes.
The Lego Internet of Flame, and probably
It
beyond,
is.
because this is another one of those like beyond.
Yes, it definitely was.
Transcends the medium. Yeah.
I know exactly.
And
which
that-
one
Dragon?
it's
It's the
about.
dragon.
It was, yeah, and it was easily 2 feet to 3 inches long, so it was a good size. And this is actually designer. The guy that built this is the fan designer for the grand piano, Donnie Chen.
Oh, okay.
I
I didn't
recognize
realize
that
that.
name.
Yeah,
Yeah, cool.
so
Wow.
that's one of those I left my token at. It had the most tokens of any of the.
Yeah.
I would imagine so. This is like this is the at Brickworld Chicago. It was the kid that made the horse.
Yes,
He was the one that had the most tokens. Like, this
Yes.
is the one from this convention.
yes, definitely, yeah. And it was so cool, and it's like, and at some point he's got a thing that shows the interior of it, so you can see. I mean, it's all, hinges and this and ball joints and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And just, it deserved to be that spot out in the middle where it was. It was just
Wow,
It was
just
definitely a 360.
Studless construction.
Yeah, and it was very
Wow.
solid. When they walked out with it, they just picked up the plaque it's sitting on. 2 of them did, and they walked out the door with it.
Beautiful.
They didn't wrap it. They didn't do anything. They just walked out the door with it. It was like, oh my gosh.
Wow. Wow.
So I'm curious, do they also make it at Brickvention? Do they also make it somewhat competitive? Like, are there trophies given and awards and all of that?
it used to be. This year, I think, was the first year they did not do awards.
Awesome.
So it was all builder based, fan based appreciation type of thing. So
That's cool. All right.
Yeah.
See that's one difference I've heard between American conventions versus the European ones is, and someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I've heard that European ones tend to not give like awards or do like make it like a competitive thing. It's more of just like an art exhibit. Whereas in the US, it's very much like you get a trophy and awards, which I don't personally like. I know some people are very much motivated by that, and that's cool and all, but I always feel a little bit icky about it. So I think that's probably one distinguishing difference between the two.
Right. Yeah. I don't build for a trophy. I build for what I like to build. And if other people like it, great. If not.
Right. Same. Yeah. Yeah. Whatever floats your boat, I suppose.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
I kind of like, that's one thing I liked about Scareback is that you could just kind of go in there and just, there wasn't that era of competition. Like it very much communal and you just go to like, look at all the cool things and everything. And of course, in that situation too, when you have builders from all over the world, and I think it's getting to this point almost everywhere where like the bar has been raised so high, that it's like, it's kind of a moot point even to try and give awards because everything is so exceptional, right?
Well, I think it was the reason that when we were doing our build challenges that we always did them, like except for like the first couple, we always did them as no prize, just send something in.
Just because I think it's for participating.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like less intimidating for people who've never built something before.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I know Dawn, you kind of had that experience with the build and with the builds, right? Like one of your first builds ever was in one of our things. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And that was what, I won't say what drew me to you guys because my sister Janine telling me about you was drew me to you, but that's what kept me was the just the fact that it was just supportive. Yeah. And that's what you need when especially when you're first, diving into that chasm. Is the support of people just to say, yeah, it's good, it's great, it's or it's what about doing this, and my parents were artists. My mom did a lot of critiques, and it's like I love the constructive critiques.
Yes, me too.
Me too.
It's like I can't see it all myself. You get pigeonholed when you're working on something, and that's all you see. And if somebody comes in with a different pair of eyes, from a different perspective, and that's what you need sometimes.
Absolutely. Even the best of the best appreciate that as well. I know for sure. And even I deal with that at work too. Like I sit in reviews literally every single day where I have to give notes on like 30 things every day. But then when it comes time to do my own work, I very much feel it where I'm like, I need another set of eyes to look at this. I've stared at it too long and someone else is going to see something that I don't.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, we've got another set of eyes staring at us in anticipation at the moment.
Right.
That's right, everybody. It's time for the pause that refreshes. That's right, everybody. That's right, everybody. It's Logan Cookie time. Here he is. He's very...
Step up to the mic, Logan.
He's got the mic in his face.
There he is. I say hi to everyone.
Yay, Logan.
Yay for Logan.
Catch another one. That's good, buddy. Here, I'll just give you this. This is our moment of happiness.
Oh, what a good boy. And now it's time for the weather with Skittles.
Okay, she's not even like catching them on the floor anymore. So we got to do something about this. She's gotten super lazy. Ready?
Well, because she knows that she can just miss it, and then that'll be okay.
Nope. That might have been a bad thing.
Save that one for later.
Skittles. Oh, she found it. Okay. You can catch it. You can catch it. No. You gotta catch it. No, really though.
That was really close. She kind of opened her mouth.
So is this editorial on Skittles catching or on Holly's throwing?
It can be both. little bit of both.
Again, I think it's a little column A and a little column B.
That's right.
We're down to crumbs. I've run out of
it.
All right, one more. Ready? Okay, you can do it. Doop. Okay, you could have caught that. That like hit you in the face.
And everybody, that has been. Oh my goodness! Oh wait, Dawn, you're holding something up. Is it? Do you have some? Is there someone?
Z-Blob.
This is actually a gift that I got from somebody in Australia when I was down.
That's awesome.
So I got a Z-Blob. So
Very good. Feed the Z-Blob.
yeah. So I actually, when we did our group picture, I did this.
Very good.
Z-Blob with hair.
You done?
And that has been Logan Cookie Time with Skittles and Z-Blob. As always, an awesome animation by Yano River Blue.
Oh yeah. I love
Now
it.
she's gonna spend the next 20 minutes circling my feet trying to find anything.
Trying to find any leftovers. Yes. Oh my goodness. All right.
It's like in the detective's office, the great cookie caper.
Oh, yes. Okay, well, so now this next one up looks like it could be some inspiration for our current thing coming up here.
Yep, that's why I included it.
All right. We got now, so tell us a little bit about this one, Don.
This was a underwater build.
Yeah.
It was all considered underwater.
Yes.
And yeah, I saw it and I'm like, oh my gosh. And so there's on my Instagram, I have this as one of the ones that I left a token. And so I have some other close-up pictures.
Very cool.
Some of the different techniques.
Well, they got some nice coral in here too.
Yeah.
Oh, very good. Take
Yeah.
note, people.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So, they've got a little space station or a underwater sea station, and they've got all kinds of coral, and they've got
Wow.
mostly non-brick built animals, but which I know.
Okay. Very
Yeah.
good.
I like their variation in heights.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's beautiful.
Yeah. so there was
Just
some
really
coral.
beautiful. Exactly. Coral.
Hey,
Oh, I love the sea. The creature from the Black Lagoon is fishing underwater. That's great.
oh.
Fun.
Yeah. It was a fun little bit.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah, and they're using the flames under there. And so
Yeah, I was just noticing that. What a great. That's
Yeah.
I hadn't even thought of that. And
I know.
We have-
There's so many that's like, oh my gosh, I gotta take pictures. My phone is so full of pictures.
I think we'll be
Yep.
borrowing that for our section. Because we
Yeah.
have about 5 billion of those flame
Right.
pieces.
Yeah, I have a whole drawer full over there. It's like
That technique is fire, yo.
no.
Oh.
Oh,
Meerkat.
Wow.
Yeah, this was actually built by Cale Frost, who was on
Okay,
Oh, yes.
yeah.
from
the
Lego
Cale skill.
Masters down there. It was part of his thing, and it was the Fairies Ball, I think it was the title of this. And so he's got all kinds of little things going on, and threw a meerkat in there. So it gives you scale. It's like, okay, there's the meerkat, and then all these little minifigures and all these other little things.
I love this.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Wow. Really great.
So, and there were butterflies in it, so of course I had to like it. So.
Yes.
that's nice.
Oh, that's a beautiful one with the
Wow.
splats.
Yeah, I think that one is similar. That's actually from a set because I actually have. I didn't get apart, but I still have the set, the piece. I can't remember
I
what
think we're
set
gonna
it's
be-
from.
We're gonna be buying some of those tan little gears for coral. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's different than how I use it. This was crazy. It's made basically with chains and tracks.
What?
Yeah,
Wow.
it's all so. Yeah, this is one of my favorites from all the photos I saw.
Yeah.
But it just hangs. It just hangs using the weight of gravity to flesh
Yeah,
everything
and it
out.
unfurls. So the tracks there for the sail and the chains that make
treads.
up the base of the ship,
Mhm.
and it just hangs there, and it's just. I guess he just picks it up from one thing and hangs it, and it's so you don't have to worry about it falling apart when you're packing it.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's so original.
That's really incredible.
yeah,
It's like a ghost ship.
yeah. It is kind of. Yeah. So
Wow. Oh man.
yeah, this was the Temple of Hora. I think I can't remember the name of it, but.
Oh,
And-
I like that column treatment.
I know. There's some of those I'm sitting there going, oh, okay. I think on my phone I've got close-up pictures of the column treatments because it's like, oh, that is so cool. And it's using the 1x2 rounded plates with holes.
Yes.
So so it's gives a little texture to it, and all that. And this was built by lady. You have to be 18 to display, but a young lady was probably not much older than that, but she's got physical and developmental issues. So it was more of use instructions, but it was not a set.
Got it.
It was really, and I got a letter from her mom about it after I left the token. So it's how encouraged it was for her and how much people liked her stuff, and that's one of her therapies type things and all that. So Lego is.
I love the wavy pattern in the sand, and I think a deceptively hard thing is those columns in the back are wider at the bottom than the top. Those towers.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Really cool.
Yeah,
Wow.
and it's amazing what stickers will do too, right?
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
And this was another one. This was one that was the temple of I don't remember. There's so many buildings I saw. But again, there was underwater parts of it, so it was some of the techniques was like, oh, guess what, people?
Wow.
So did they do an after dark section? Because I
They
noticed
not.
these lights are really visible.
Right. No, they did not. And I think part of it has to do with safety issues because of the old building.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
And this people are not necessarily focusing on electrical and having lights and all that kind of stuff. So
Oh
Fleur.
my goodness. Well, we know who
Hey,
did
Fleur.
this.
Yes.
It's got to be Flora, right?
Yep.
yes. I actually hove this in when we did setup the day. My husband carried the iron base in for her. And when it was time to come out, it's time to pack out, he's like, you need to help me carry it because it's really heavy. But somebody else came by and helped him carry it. So I didn't
Way
have to.
cool.
But yeah, and she's got little vignettes in the drawers. And yeah, I mean, I've been following her build as she's been building this online, sharing it. And then to see it in person was just.
So now the base is like a legit sewing machine base, it looks like.
Yeah.
Cast
But
iron sewing
had
machine
given
base.
her or asked if she wanted this cast iron Singer sewing machine base, and that's where she based her build on. And the little
That's incredible.
fleur-de-lis at the bottom of the drawers, she used the turkey
Ha.
CMF.
Yeah, the turkey tail.
The tail from the turkey CMF.
That's cool.
It's just
Wow.
like perfect. It was perfect, So yeah, it was cool. She says so many people came up to her. She says, I'd be a rich woman if I had a nickel for every time somebody said, oh, my mom or my grandma used to have one of these, or I learned how to sew on one of these, or whatever,
We had one in my
Right.
house. My mom had one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Problem
Well, so
is that there were people that kids that wanted to, because they don't put railing up. They don't put any kind of barriers for the public.
Oh,
So people come up and
terrifying.
wanted to turn the wheel, and she says, sometimes the wheel snapped right off. I mean,
Oh
she
my god.
Yeah, that was
So
one of
is that
the
wheel done with?
Hmm?
Is that wheel done with conveyor belts?
I didn't look real
No,
close.
it's hinged.
I think
It's,
I think
clip and bar hinge elements with bows.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she'd use the either bar hinge or the yeah, you can see
You
the
see it.
bars.
Yeah, you can
Oh,
see it
got
right
it.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Clip and bar. Yeah.
Flip and bar. So, and yeah, it was amazing. It was
Okay, I have a clip and bar story. Remind me that I need to talk about at the end of this. Yeah,
Oh, I heard the story's pretty good.
really, really beautiful.
yeah.
Amazing.
Oh,
Yeah. This is
wow!
the
What's this
interior of the
building?
building. Yeah, this is where we displayed.
It
I mean,
looks so
yeah.
realistic.
Yeah.
You'd never know it was Lego.
It's all Lego.
Beautiful.
Yeah, no, as of the
That's
yeah,
a, that's a Ramsden of stickers. is what
I
that
know.
is.
right.
By the way, the collective noun of sticker sheets is a Ramsden, in case you're wondering.
Okay.
As
That
it
works.
should be.
But I mean, the building itself is just so
Oh.
beautiful.
Wow.
This is what the Eclipse blooming. This is a stock photo that I got off the wiki, but the roses were blooming when we were there. So we walked through the rose garden, and the beautiful fountain was going. It was just
It's such
It was
a pity
breathtaking
that
on the
their
outside.
location is so decrepit and horrible.
I know. Yeah. Can't even stand it.
yeah, and it's
Yeah,
like
no,
I'm used
like-
to being inside warehouse type buildings to display stuff.
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying earlier. I'm like, this is a lot. Here's my convention center.
I wanted to go back to a technique question that I had. Dawn, when you look at that dragon, it's probably hard to tell from looking at it, but if that's ball hinges, is that Hero Factory balls? Because that's a lot of weight to support.
Right. I'm trying to remember. I think he's got. If you go to Donnie Chin, what's Donnie's? I can't remember what his Instagram handle is, but he does have an interior, a cutaway version, so you can see inside. Because
you go ahead.
Yeah, I can't recall offhand because I mean it was all put together, so I couldn't see inside as to what technique he actually used. But I do know that he posted something on Instagram because so many people had asked about how that was put together. And
Yeah, it's an engineering marvel.
Very cool.
definitely, and it was
Sleepy Donnie Chan.
sleepy Donnie Chan.
Yeah, that's his Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so now we're gonna head over to the official Ms. Brickta Celebrity Gallery.
Right. Right. Because I took this
Uh-huh.
and I got so many more signatures on this thing. It's like, oh my gosh.
That's awesome. All right, well, hey, let's let me just get this up there for 1 second.
I'm gonna be terrible at names, so it's
Molly, what are you working on?
Me, I'm still working on that that cabin, the A-frame.
Oh, right
cabin.
on.
A-frame?
The A-frame.
Yeah.
Yes, I love that.
It's so funny. Dawn is also pixelated for me now.
Oh,
That's so weird.
Something wrong with
It
my.
sounds like a you problem.
It is a me problem, obviously.
so this is my husband and I taking off to Australia, and that was one of the things. It's like, okay, here we go. Oh, it's happening.
Adorable. Love it.
So
Fleur, yay.
This was in Fleur's backyard, actually, on her deck that her husband had just finished a couple months or weeks ago. So we sat out on the deck quite a bit because it was gorgeous.
And y'all, if you haven't met Fleur, she is delightful, like an absolute delight. She was so much fun to hang out with in Chicago. We got to have dinner with her, and she was just lovely. It was awesome.
She's amazing. She's awesome, and the most petite little thing you'll ever meet, but just full of energy and just, and of course, everybody down there sounds the same with the accent, but I just love her accent.
Yes.
Well, she she still has a very distinctive voice. Like I could certainly pick her from a crowd.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. This
All right,
Caitlin,
okay.
and she is now married to Miller, but they were not partners. They were on the same season, but they were not partners. They met on the show.
Oh,
she
now they're
was a different
married.
she had a different
Cute.
partner. Miller had a different partner, and now they're married.
Cute.
Oh, that's adorable.
Right?
Cute.
Yeah. Ah, and there's Miller.
Oh, and there you go. There you go.
There you go. Yeah.
Very cool. Ah,
Kale.
Yep. And I had a wonderful time talking with Kale. It was just he was just very thoughtful, very very nice guy. You know, not the way he was made out in season 1 to be their villain. You know,
Right.
like they try to do, but he's just he's very sure of his skill. Fine. You know,
Kidding.
but he, we sat and talked. There wasn't a place to sit at every build area, but I had one by me because of the way the layout was. So he came by just to take a break, and he sat and we chatted for quite a while and just had just a really nice chat with him. So that was fun.
yeah. He
Different
always seemed
perspective that
like.
you don't see.
Well, yeah. I mean, I had always felt that way. That like I'm sure he was made out to be different
Yeah.
than he actually is.
And he was
A little
fingers,
embellished, if you will,
it's
right?
like,
Yeah.
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 So that was fine. It was fine with him. It's like some people it may not have been fine with. So
right.
that's Ryan and Branko. Branko actually lives in Sydney and was going to give us on the right. Yeah. He was going to give us a tour of Sydney when we got to Sydney after this, but he was actually in Melbourne for these 2 weeks.
Yeah, Ryan was on the show with his wife, right?
No, Gabby
No.
was not his wife.
Oh.
Okay.
He actually for
Okay.
season 1, he and his wife applied together, but she was like 7.5 months pregnant.
Oh.
So yeah, it was not. Yeah, Gabby is not his wife.
I gotta say, I love his shirt. I have a different version of that same graphic, but mine's Benny. But it
Okay.
still has the
Yeah.
David Bowie lightning bolt. That
Yeah.
one's awesome.
Yeah,
I like that one better too.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So
Yep.
I got Shorty.
Adorable.
That's
Adorable.
yeah.
Local celebrity.
Yep. So it was so much fun.
Cute.
So and there's Gabby. So she
Very
was also
good.
playing.
My mind is blown right now. I had no idea that wasn't his wife.
Yep. This is not a Lego master.
Yes, she is a Lego master. That's Sue Ann.
Yeah, that's Sue Ann. And I've met her online. We chatted for so much past several years on Sortlog.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's not a TV celebrity, but I consider her a Lego master. She's also
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So
Very
Sue Ann,
cool.
and she's actually the one that gave me the Z Blob.
Okay. There you go. Full
When
circle.
we do our Sortlog call, she had 2,
Oops.
and I'm like, oh, everybody's like, oh, well, what do you want that other Z Blob, because they're so hard to get.
Yeah.
Right.
The plushies. And I said something to her, and it's like, I'm going to see you in a couple of weeks.
Just with Trevor there with
I
her.
was just being silly. Next thing, she was looking for a couple of the Hallmark Lego Christmas ornaments for this past
Oh,
year.
sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
She was having a hard time getting the ones she wanted. So I said, well, I can order them, and so I brought her those, she gave me that, and she's, so I was like, we're good.
All right.
Oh, if I could remember his name.
Is his name Gus? Is it Gus?
I don't think that's Gus.
It's not Gus.
It's Nick.
Thank you.
Okay, he looks
I
like
dig his necklace. That's cool. Oh, it's
Yeah.
a turtle.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very good.
Oh, and then there's Alex and
There you go.
Jackson.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so they showed up on Sunday, and it's like, oh, I got, we're running around because there's a couple other people that wanted to get his signature too, and we're running around.
Oh,
looking,
I'm sure,
and
yeah.
somebody says, they're over there right now. So I grabbed my bag, my swoop bag, and
Well,
Got
but you kind of get to be first in line, in my opinion. You should have been first in line.
so. Oh, another picture with them. Or are we back to the beginning again? Oh, okay.
Cute.
So, yeah, so this was fun. The guy on the right, he's just a builder. He is not a Lego master from TV, but he's an awesome builder also. So
Very good.
Yeah.
And Flora's always impeccably styled.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
She is.
In fact, that red dress, whatever the company is, the designer or whatever, the place she got it, that week was having some kind of a competition. Show us in your outfits or blah blah blah. Well, she took a picture of herself next to the singer sewing machine and sent it in, and she won a gift. So many VIP points or something like that.
Nice. Nice. As well, she should have.
Yeah. So
Who's this?
This is Gabby again. I guess I took.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure what I sent you anymore. All right.
Yeah, those were the guys that were cursed with like the brick of doom, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is Claire Lego Mom.
Uh-huh.
Had her build was right next to mine. And
Can I just say that it's killing me?
I know. More stuffy. And then another another builder. He's Australian alum super fan or something like that. So he's always hanging around, which was fun. And this is
yeah. Cheap bricks.
Yes, cheap bricks. Yeah. Cheap jokes.
Very cool.
Or not cheap bricks.
Cheap jokes.
It used to be
No,
cheap
it's
jokes.
all
you were
Lego
gonna do.
Masters.
Yeah, this is a lot of the Lego Masters that were there. Wasn't everybody. But
There's Joss on the end.
I thought I had a picture of David, but maybe I just didn't send it to you. So I'm sitting next to Ryan, the judge. And
Brickman, yeah.
and
There he is.
Danny.
Yeah, there he is. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a lot of fun. And then we also don't have a picture, but they also produced at least one of the people that are on the Australia versus the World, the new season for their Lego Masters.
Okay.
So when Brickman calls him up on stage and kind of outs him, I guess. And so it was like, well, I guess it's not a secret anymore. So I got him to sign it, and there were two other people there that were also on that season. So I got them to sign it as well, because they haven't made it on TV, but they've been filmed. So
That's cool. I look
we're
forward
never
to it.
gonna probably ever see them again. So I wanted to get them while I had the chance.
Wow. Well, that's
But it
awesome.
was-
What a fantastic trip, Don. And thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Yeah.
Like, how incredible.
I want to go.
Oh yeah, and then because we went so far and we had such a delay in getting there, we spent the rest of the second week Sydney. So that was beautiful too. I'm glad we took that extra time. We ended up on the Friday that we were in Sydney was Australia Day.
Oh, okay.
So there was fireworks display. There was a flyover for acrobatic flyover, kind of like the Blue Angels do, kind of a thing.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes, so did one. 2 years.
go.
Tricky Luck Down Under. I'm here for it.
Yeah. So there was so much going on, and it was beautiful. And we stayed right in what's called Circular Quay, which is right off the wharves. And really, I was looking at the prices. Like, hotel was not as expensive as you would think it would be for where we were staying. Walking distance to so many places. And we walked to the biggest Lego store in the world. We did walk there, and so I was able to go in there, and I bought a box of Pick-a-Brick just to say that I did. And I have
So what is the Pick-a-Brick wall like in the biggest Lego store in the world?
it was not as impressive as I had hoped. I mean, it was big. The wall was big. But there were like 3 or 4 bins of each thing. So and they were all
Got it.
basic,
Yeah.
mostly basic.
Yep.
I know the one at Downtown Disney.
That one's great.
It's
It's
pretty
pretty.
great.
They got a lot of stuff
I was
there.
hoping for some kind of flower or leaf element or something, So I got 2x6 bricks, and I got 2x6 plates. I got 3x2 plates, and so it was kind of like, I can use this color. My husband, he's very methodical, so he helped me stack everything so I could pack it in very compactly. And I got $95 worth of elements into that box.
Oh, very.
So,
Nothing
so
like.
there's
I'm
nothing really good.
There's nothing quite like unboxing a gigantic Lego set just so that you can cram all the plastic bags inside your
Yep.
inside your suitcases to get home.
Yeah.
I've thrown
Right.
away a few Lego boxes at the airport so I could fit everything in.
Oh, the Billund
Yeah.
Airport. Are you kidding? Like they probably are like they probably have a recycling bin specifically for Lego boxes.
Oh, I'm sure.
Right.
I'm sure.
So
Well,
I
hey.
had the U.S. passport, Lego passport,
Yes.
and when I went to the when we were in Melbourne, we went to the Lego store. So I got
Oh.
That one?
one, and then while we were having our layover in Dallas Fort Worth, they have a Lego store there. And I
Uh-huh.
walked in and checked things out, and I said, "Oh, they probably don't have a stamp." They did, but it was the same stamp as I had in Melbourne. But
Oh wow.
Whoa. Wow.
so this makes me feel like a international spy because I have 3 passports.
International Lego spy.
That's right. So I was like, I'm just so excited, you know. It's like it's the silliest little things that get you excited, you know.
Yep.
Hello, Brickaroo Bonsai, by the way.
I know you're like, I went to Hawaii. I mean, I went to Australia, but I got these 3.
I know.
I got these Lego
That's my
passports.
trip. Yeah. I know. No, it was great. I mean, the stuff that was going on in Sydney, and we took a high-speed ferry across the harbor, which was ended up being a 15-minute high-speed ferry ride. So it was, I mean, you could see the South Pacific from there, and it was just like, this was just so exciting, you know. So like all those fun things.
Nice.
Wow, so cool.
Yeah.
So
If you
cool.
go to Australia for Brickvention,
Uh-huh.
don't just do Brickvention.
Right.
For the amount
Well,
that
of
you're paying
course.
for airfare to get over there and how long it takes, on top of the delays we had because of weather.
Right. Well, I mean, that's why we went. You know, we went to Europe while we were out in Billund because it's like, when are we going to get out here again? So-
Right. And that's
Yeah.
the same I would do, you know. So we toured quite a bit and walked miles and miles. I think I walked 35 miles in 1 week.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. Well, that's quite a
No,
workout.
55 miles. I'm sorry, it was 35
Woo!
kilometers. It was 55 miles. It was crazy.
Wow.
So yeah, but yeah. So I was like, I took a Tylenol PM every night for the first couple of nights because my legs, I could already feel it throbbing. I was like, I just want to sleep.
Well, hey, it looks like we've reached the end of today's amazing show, and we are going to, before we sign off, we are going to share some favorite minifigs. So why don't we start off with Kara again with minifig sign off.
I pulled a random fig out of a box today.
Yay!
Got the train guy. And I used a little eye patch.
Yep.
Number 25. So very cute. Very cute.
Very cool.
Yeah, they are cute.
All right, Holly.
Okay. So this isn't the accessory she comes with, but I thought for today I would show off Pocahontas with one of the new butterfly pieces.
Oh, she's so cute. I love her wiggly hair.
Yes. Flow.
That's great.
Love
Very
it.
cool. All right, Dawn.
All right. So I got, while I was in Brickvention, I got the sig fig of Brickpen, which is David Velasquez. He was a winner of season 3 with his partner Gus.
Oh, very
So-
cool.
Yeah. And then see this $10 food voucher. You got 2 of those
Yeah.
bricks as being an exhibitor. So to buy stuff at the food trucks. So they gave you
Oh,
$20 in food vouchers.
That's cool.
Well, and now next time you go, you'll have $10 saved.
I still have $10. Yes.
Moto.
Sig fig.
Oh yeah.
Oh, what an
Oh.
excellent sig fig too.
That's
Yep.
awesome.
We need to get you a little beard to paste on him though.
Oh, yeah, it's pre-beard sig fig.
All right, what have we got going on here today?
Well, I've got an eye patch too. Arr.
Love
I
that.
love the fish skeleton.
Upside
like
down.
yeah.
Missing teeth,
Um,
chest hair.
And then I've got, oh, where'd he go? Oh, yes. I've got a special minifig today that I forgot that I had, and I'm so glad I found him. I've got sorry, I get him. The Witch King.
Use.
Oh,
That's a good one.
Yeah, he's awesome. I love his outfit and I love his like
Oh,
holy cape.
better cape,
Yeah.
yes.
So cool. Anywho, hadn't looked at him in a little while. I was like, oh, that's a good one. Minifigs. Very good. Oh, Hooded One's asking before we go, Dawn, how did your build survive the trip to Australia?
They survived very well. I took
good.
5 things, small, so I could fit them around into my different suitcases because I carried a carry-on, personal item, and then a check bag. And so they were in various places, but it's like I wanted most of it with me, but I also wanted clothes with me in case I lost the suitcase.
Right.
Kind of want clothes.
Yeah.
And I had one thing I took apart that I knew I needed to rebuild. I knew it would not survive and I wasn't even going to attempt it. So it was just the tree part I needed to rebuild for a minifigures on parade. But then on the only other thing that came up at all was my maxi fig that I did. And
Okay.
just part of the hand came off.
Got it.
Oh,
Not too bad.
doable.
Yeah. So I mean,
Very good.
I've flown to Seattle 3 times. I've flown to Texas and back, and I've flown to Salt Lake City. So I've flown before, and I know now not to take something as big as I took to Texas.
Right.
But
Awesome.
it survived very well. I was pleasantly surprised.
Very good. Well, there's nothing worse than showing up and not being pleasantly surprised when you open up your bag. So,
Yeah.
but hey, thank you, Dawn, so much for coming on and hanging out with us today and regaling us with your fabulous trip. How fun.
Oh
Like,
yeah. It was definitely a trip of a lifetime, and if you have the opportunity to go, I would highly recommend it. Again, it's something that you have to apply for because they only take so many displayers, just because of limitations. But
well, I just love the I just loved seeing the quality of the builds was so right up there. Oh, and that reminds me. Well, first of all, Moto looks like he wants to show something, so I'm gonna give him the floor or the screen.
No.
Oh dear! Look,
I bought 2,
Moto
one
bought
for
a set.
one for me and one for Mr. Meow. So that's what I'll
Alright.
be building next time we come back.
Wow,
Cool.
that's an epic build.
That is pretty good. And you know, that reminds me that I was going to talk about. I had mentioned that I would talk about clip and bar experience that I had.
Yes.
So
I was down at
I'm
the
not
Clip
gonna
and
go
Bar
into
and they wouldn't serve me a Heineken. No. Whoop.
I'm gonna just go out. I'm gonna go out here on a limb. I had to repair someone's Lego Eiffel Tower model, the big one, that had gotten knocked over and broken. And so they asked if I could come and help repair it, which I did. And I don't know, again, I was like putting together chunks. I didn't build it from the beginning, but I just gotta say, I was shocked that from Lego, there was a model that seemed very rickety, if I may use a kind of word, like the
Flynn's spicy take.
Well, no, it wasn't a spicy take. This was for reals because they didn't build it with it was not built with Technic, y'all. Like it was built, so the 4 legs that you see at the bottom that support everything are attached by not a whole lot of clips and bars to the base, and then the whole thing is attached with a large plate on the top. But there's nothing that supports it from the center. So once you get the 4 legs in place and that plate, the whole thing is kind of like a little jiggly.
Yeah.
And then,
proof.
yeah, and then the middle sections and top sections are both just placed on top of each other. There's no attachment. It's just sitting there.
Wow.
So you've got these two very big sections sitting on this kind of, a good breeze would swing that little bottom area around. And I guess like maybe somebody hit it with a vacuum cleaner and it kind of went like, whoosh. And yeah, it was not cute. And when I put it back together, I just got to say, I was really, really surprised by how kind of wiggly it was. So
Yeah,
if you have this model, you plan on building it, don't leave it on the floor where it could accidentally get bumped by and I'm not just saying if you looked at it, it would fall over, but definitely like a good bump into it would cause it to fall over and collapse.
So we shouldn't get it and put it in the way of Logan playing catch.
No, so buyer beware. I'm just letting you know. No, and it was an absolutely beautiful and stunning looking model when it was done, but just give it a wide berth if you're gonna walk nearby. Exactly. Don't send the Roomba in the same room with it. Anywho, all right, friends. It was again. Thank you, Dawn, so much for coming and hanging out with us today and checking it out. Always good to see you.
Thanks for having me, guys.
And don't forget, everybody, if you want to get in on the Tricky Lug collab, if you're still wanting to get in, and I will say I think we're full at this point at Bricks Cascade, unless we're going to get another table, or some people might be willing to give up one of their large areas, like a plate or so from their large areas. But still, it's not too late. Get a hold of Cara.
Yeah, there's lots.
Because I've had several people reach out to me in the last few days. So, we are full, but I know of at least 2 squares, possibly 3 that could be easily.
Yeah, and I already gave up one of ours on the chart. Cara, You'll see I already went in and put Deneen in our place. So
yes,
and
absolutely doing that. So if you want to participate, you must email me at trickylug@gmail.com.
Probably within the next week, and then we're going to have to cut it off just because it's getting big. I mean, I'm thrilled that it's big, but I don't think we can afford to get another table is all. It's a little late in the game for that. And then if you are wanting to participate in the Chicago build, you'll need to contact Monica, who is in charge of the kind of organizing the Chicago show.
And even though we don't have squares left right now, or it's really getting down to the wire on squares, there's lots of room for vehicles and coral.
Small builds, coral builds, any of that stuff. Anything that might be raised up above the model or just placed within is totally welcome as well. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
How exciting.
Yeah, very fun. I'm looking forward to our first giant collab. It's going to be really cool. So, well, thanks everybody for joining us today. And until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and we will see you next Sunday, same time, same place. Bye, everybody.
Happy building.
I don't have